Hi team, Coach Nick here. Today I want to talk to you about recovery, one of the most important parts of any training program where all that hard work that we put in, we get fitter, stronger and better and ready to smash the next session. So what is recovery? It's a word we hear thrown about quite a lot in the health and fitness space. Basically, recovery is the process of your body getting stronger, fitter and adapting to whatever you've done in the gym. Be that heavy squats with a barbell, be that loads of box jumps or intervals on the echo bike. When you do those activities, we create tiny, microscopic little bits of damage in the body, to the muscles, to the tendons. We create stress in the heart and the lungs. Now, don't worry, it's a normal part of training. And when the body heals those over the next 24 to 72 hours, that's when you get stronger and fitter and more capable of doing that thing next time. So say you squat with a 60 kilo barbell for 5 sets of 5. Over the next 24, 72 hours, your body's going to repair and adapt to that. So the more often that you do that thing and allow time to recover, the more capable you're going to be at that, so that next time when you come back, you might be able to squat 70 kilograms free. But the important thing to remember is that when we want to get stronger and fitter, is that process happens outside of the gym. We have to do the thing that we're training for. So we have to do those squats, we have to do those bike intervals, the gymnastics, whatever it is. We have to do the thing because that's our trigger for our body to recover and adapt and get stronger. But we have to respect that process of getting stronger happens after you finish the exercise over the next 24 to 72 hours. So what's actually happening when the body recovers? Let's go into a little bit of science. Stay with me, it will become useful.
Here comes the science bit.
Okay, just a little bit of science I want to go over. Stay with me, it is all relevant, trust me. So recovery comes down to two main things. There are a lot of factors, but these are the two key ones that I want you to think about. Energy, first of all. Pretty simple principle. When we work out, when we train, when we do anything, we use stored energy in the body in the form of calories. And we have to replenish those calories for us to be back to full energy level. Think of the charge on your iPhone. When it gets down to 20%, you plug it in, juices back up, ready to go. But the important nutrients to think about when we're talking about energy and recovery are protein. That's that molecule you get from meat, fish, dairy, eggs, lots of veg, nut and seed sources. When you use your muscles, for example, if I was doing a bicep curl, these muscle fibers in this bicep would get damaged. Your body then needs protein to build those back together. Think of it as the building blocks of muscle. Carbs are your ready form of energy in the body. When you exercise, the main thing that your body's going to use for energy. So we need to replenish those carb stores back up. Things like oats, pasta, rice, bread, anything starchy. It's going to be really good for replenishing those carbohydrate stores. Finally, electrolytes. When we sweat, we lose salt from the body that we need to do all sorts of brilliant processes, not just in recovery, but everything. Electrolytes, sodium, magnesium, potassium, calcium, they all help the body do a lot of wonderful things. It's always a good idea to, in the morning, bang some in a shaker, consume some throughout the day. Not just in recovery, but everything. Electrolytes, sodium, magnesium, potassium, calcium, they all help the body do a lot of wonderful things. It's always a good idea to, in the morning, bang some in a shaker, consume some throughout the day. In the background, we've got lots of endorphins and chemicals that are like constantly working to help you do everything you want to in and outside the gym. Not much we can do about these, but it's important to remember that if you, say, do a 1 rep max of a movement and you're using every fiber of your being to try and get it back up, you nearly pass out, you're shaking, that's going to drain your body of endorphins, chemicals, adrenaline, dopamine. And these things take a long time to recharge back up. Anywhere from 24 to 72 hours is about how long it's going to take for those to charge back up. That's why after 1 rep max day, you don't really want to get off the couch. Not because you're aching, because you just feel wiped. Second thing, collagen. You might have heard about this. It's in a lot of supplements. You might see it on the bottles of shampoo or conditioner that you use. Collagen is what every substance in the human body is made up of. Muscle, skin, hair, nails, tendons, ligaments, teeth. Everything's made up of a different type of collagen. Now, when you use muscle fiber and you get that little bit of damage, we cause what we call a collagen deficit. It's like draining the battery down on your muscle. Again, keep using that analogy. It's like draining that muscle down to zero. Now, over the next 3 days, 72 hours, we're going to go, this is deficit, this is repair. Those two processes are going to happen side by side until on day 3, boom, you're ready to go again, firing on all cylinders. But you have to respect the process. If you do a 1 rep max, you wake up the next day and you can't stand up, or you're struggling to walk around because your legs are so done from 150 squats or wall balls, probably not a good idea to come in and try and max out your power clean the next day. This is why in CrossFit we program things in such a varied way. You'll notice that, or you may not have, but we usually, if we do a heavy squat or a high volume squat on a Monday, for example, you probably won't see heavy or high intensity squat type movements like power cleans or wall balls until at least 2 to 3 days later. Similarly, if we're doing loads of overhead pressing, push presses, push jerks on a Tuesday, you're probably not going to see them on a Monday or a Wednesday. It might be Friday until you see maybe some dumbbell pressing in there or going overhead again. We design this in such a way that you can attend the gym every single day of the week, Monday to Friday, and train. But you still have to respect that if you go hard on a Monday, your body is not going to be 100% on the Tuesday and is still probably going to be recovering on the Wednesday. This is why we tell you, pick your battles throughout the week and only max out intensity twice a week, because your body is not designed to go 100% all out every single day of the week. What's the point of us knowing this? Well, basically it helps us and you plan your week effectively. Going back to our point about recovery training, when we push hard in the gym, it's an opportunity for our bodies to do everything that we've just spoken about, restock those energy levels, rebuild that collagen, and let everything come back to 100% so it's stronger, fitter, better to go again. But you got to respect the process. 24 to 72 hours full recovery, depending on how hard you've gone. Now, if you're having an off week and you're just going 50% all week, fine, crack on. If you've gone mad hard doing 150 wall balls in Karen or DT at 70 kilos on a Monday, you're probably not going to want to go hard Tuesday, Wednesday. This is why we have our sweat and our train tracks. You don't have to go compete every day. We don't recommend it. What does this mean for you? What tips can you take away from everything I'm saying today? Nutrition. Make sure that you know what's going into your body. 1.8 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of your body weight. Works for everyone. Stick to it. Carbohydrates. Make sure you're trying to get 40% of your overall daily macros, total macronutrient calorie intake, from carbohydrate sources, especially before and after workouts. Your sleep. All of this that we're doing here is pretty pointless if you're running on empty on about 3 hours of sleep. Try your hardest to get about 6 to 8 hours of good quality sleep each night. A couple of things you can do to help that. Try and keep your phone out the bedroom. Limiting the amount of screens you're looking at for a good hour, 2 hours before bed. Try and limit your caffeine after 4 p.m. Tea, coffee, energy drinks. Try and reduce them after 4 p.m. And maybe think about limiting refined sugars, sweets, chocolate, biscuits, things like that after 8 p.m. Those things are going to really keep you hyped up and stop you getting a good night's sleep. So have a think about ways you can improve that sleep quality. More importantly, self-check-in every week. The 3 things I want you to focus on when you're checking in with yourself: soreness. How do you feel overall? If what's programmed is wall balls and maybe dumbbell snatches and you're struggling to bend down without your back hurting, or you can't sit to stand without your legs being on fire, you might want to think about changing tack and either having an extra rest day or bringing the weight that you're using down. Your coaches can guide you on that. Energy levels. Think about how up for the workout you are. If you're dragging yourself in and you feel like 4 out of 10 energy-wise, pushing yourself even harder is not going to have the effect you think it will. It will just prolong that low energy and it will make you feel worse. So have a think about your energy levels. Mood. If you walk in, you're looking at that board and you're going, I don't want to do this today. Have a think about it. What can you do instead to keep yourself moving and improve the way you're feeling about your body today? Some low intensity exercise. We've got open gym most of the time. Some gentle stretching, or coming down to that sweat level and just moving. Not worrying about what's going on with times on the board or scores on box, mate. Just focusing on moving and coming back the next day, charged back up and ready to go. Now, as always, your coaches are on hand to help you with this. We design the program so that you can hit it every day, but we need you to maybe think about which 2 days this week you want to hit hard and which on the other days you're just going to focus on maybe skills like gymnastics or bringing that level down a notch. Do your self-check-in. Rate your soreness, your energy, and your mood out of 10. If your soreness is above a 4 or 5 out of 10, change tack. If your energy is below a 4 out of 10, think about what we can do to improve that. If your mood is lower than a 4 out of 10, maybe think about changing tack and living to go another day. Shout if you want any more information about this or you want me to go into it in any more detail.